Hey class. So another neat little graphic that I wanted to share with you guys, and just learning from this. Actually, I'm gonna save this. Call this the accent, just for reference. Oops. Okay. Go back to shaded, set view, perspective. Another graphic that I wanted to share with you guys, and let me turn back on some of these layers I had turned off. Um, it's this right here. Not like a section cut. Um, well, I'll show you. So let's try this. So let's go to your model. Okay, the one that it's merged. Let's go copy to the side. Then I'm gonna go on to, I think it would be my front view in this case. I'm gonna go to shaded. Let me disabilitate the clipping plane. Disable. There it is. So this is the copy. So draw a rectangular plane. This is the command right here. Draw a rectangular plane somewhere like that, your model. And then you're going to move it, and then you're going to align it just like that. Notice that they're aligned right here. And then we're going to use the gumball, this view right here, to place it right here. Because that plane that we just drew represents the clipping plane, right? The clipping plane that we have right here. And then if we do use the following command, right? So we type split, select the objects to split is this one right here, enter. Cutting objects would be the plane that you just drew, enter. And then we copy that, that we end up with a model that it's made up of two pieces. And I left a little cachito over here, a little chunk over here. So let me do that one more time. So I'm gonna copy this right here. So I'll do this right here, right here. So like that plane right there, delete it. Right? Because that actually represents, if I select this object, move it back right there, it shows, right, basically what? Our section cut, right? So if I select this object right here and type cap, should be able to cap it, cover all of those openings. And same with this one, right? Cap right here, cover this right there. And then I can type move, right? And this over here. Well, that represents our sectional cut, right? And what's neat about it is that I can set my view. I'm gonna work now on my southwest. Let's see, isometric southwest. I'm gonna zoom into the selected. Is that the right view? No, that is not. That should be, oh, I thought it was, but okay. So then southeast. Yes. I guess this one will work. The southeast. I guess that's the one that we've been using. But what I can what I can do, it's I can select the front portion, the one that gets discarded, or when you're doing your section, right? I mean, that gets hidden. So select it, actually type hide. In my case, I select that chunk right there. And before we do that, though. That's one more thing, right? And let's go ahead and select everything. Go ahead and zoom select it in all viewports. And then let's go ahead and create a new view over here. Save as, and we'll call this hidden section. And then now let's go ahead and select that portion right there, type height, select this, type height, and then I'm going to select that right there and make 2D, right? Enter. I'm going to click, in this case, OK. We'll go to the top view. For our drawing, we're going to, for now, place it down here, and then I'm going to go back to my portion right here of this drawing, and then I'm going to type show. Oh, actually, go ahead and since we're here, I'll do the capture to file, enter. That's what we want. And click OK. Again, we're going to call this hidden section. And then type the command show. And now we hide the opposite part right here. So we type hide, bring that right here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do another make 2D. Select all of this right here, enter. And then here, let's make sure that you select hidden lines. Right here, click OK. Double click, top view. And we got these two drawings right here, which again, right, this guy should technically go right there, right? But let's not do that yet. See what we can do with these drawings here. Okay. Let's go ahead and select it. Type export. And we're going to export into an Illustrator file. We're going to call this our hidden section. Click OK. Minimize this. Go to your folder where you saved that file. Hidden section. All right, so we have these right here. So what I want you guys to do is select this right here and group it. And then I want you guys to select this one over here and group it. And we're going to come into our board. We're going to create a new layer. And we're going to call this hidden section. And we're going to bring these two objects. So hold shift, control copy, control paste. Scale this up so that we can see. Then, you know, the usual, we're going to change the color of these here, this truck, so with this color. But on the object that is hidden, we're going to double click right here. We're going to select all of this, and I want you guys to change right here where it says stroke. Click there. I want you guys to turn it into a dash line, everything. All right, so click right there where it says dash line, you see? And change that dash right here. Let's do like a 3 and see how that looks. Okay. And then probably the weight is too much, so the weight, let's go back and change that to 1. Okay. And maybe even lighter, 0.5. 0.5 here. And here, on this drawing right here on your right, select the group. Well, before we do that, let's go ahead right here. Notice that I have my stroke. So I have my stroke set to this default right here, right? So I can, you don't need to do anything of this. But if I flip it, now I have my fill, right, set to that. So what I want you guys to do is to select this object right here, the group, I'm sorry, press K as in bucket, and change right here, and then you should be able to come in here and click where that cut happens, right? So that you can achieve that, and you can then overlap this there. So it kind of like creates that drawing. Then if we come over here and go to File, Place, we bring our hidden. But we didn't. I didn't export the right one, right? Because it wasn't. It's not the right view. Rhino. Come over here. Show. Hide this. Hide that. And go to your render. That's what I was. That's what I was missing. And then we can now export. Sorry. Capture. File. Click OK. Use the same name. Save. Replace it. Yes. And let's see one more time. File, place, hidden section. Let's make sure that we're in the right layer right here. That is, then the order, send it all the way to the bottom. And then let's go ahead and try to match this. So what we end up with, top show, right? It's kind of like this drawing where we're referencing the section, and we're showing, right? Well, probably the best way to actually see it would be to place this drawing next to this one, right? Because these two drawings are representing sort of the same, right? So that is that right there, that is that right there, that is that right there. But here in the drawing on the right, it provides a bit more of a context, right? I mean, as to what this L is over here, right? This slope kind of like going down over here, and it also provides us a little bit of what we took off, right? These components that are not there anymore because, well, we're doing a section cut drawing, right? So that's what's neat about this drawing right here, and this over here, and scale. And your job for your midterm is going to be to put a board together for your project. Each one of you guys will design it and lay it out accordingly. That's going to be the assignment. I'm showing you guys techniques, ways, methods but ultimately it'll be your job to design your board. So for example, I can do that. Don't forget, you can always select that image on the background. Crop image. Okay. Crop. Apply. Okay. Oops. Let's see if I go to. There should be a way that I can turn off this horizon line over here, and that's probably under display options, under rendered, and then background, ground plane. Um, so we have that. Ground plane, custom. Oh, there it is. So shadow only. And I think that it's going to provide better results. And hide that. Hide. Capture file. Click OK. And let's see if I think if we do things correctly, we should be able to override it. And I think it actually should be able to update itself. Let's see. So hit save. There's going to be a message of an error. Say yes. And well, it didn't. We give it the right name. Event section. Yeah, give it the right name. And let's see. Maybe it didn't. So file. Oh, because it's embedded. It's probably because it's embedded already. You know how we cropped it? Yeah, because it no longer it's so what that means, the embedding, it's so right now the placed is just referencing the image. It's not technically part of the drawing the way that I understand it. But once you embed it, which you see right here, the option embed, it becomes now part of the project and of the board or of the file. I'm sorry. So and it's not referencing anymore. So I think that's actually what's happening or why it didn't update. But technically speaking, it should be able to update. But anyway, whichever the case be, we brought it in and we got rid of that horizon line. Just now. Paste it there. Okay, so we see the number of different drawings, diagrams that we're able to produce. And then lastly, I guess as a bonus, at least for now, I know that it's been quite a bit, but been playing with, or I wanted to explore this a little bit. I'll just type show right here so we don't forget anything else. Let's go back over here to set view perspective. Let's come over here. So something else that we can do just for fun. Copy this over here. And over here, we're kind of like spreading out too much, but It's okay. And I really like some of the photographs that you guys took, your models. Particularly, it's interesting to see it in flipped way, or I don't know, out of this kind of images right here, right, where you kind of like place them sideways, or however you were able to get them. So I was wondering if we could achieve something like that with this, um, or digitally, right? Digitally at least. And let's see if we can do that. So if you type rotate 3D, select the object, you're gonna need 3 points. Right, so I'm gonna select right here, that dot right there, that dot, and that dot right there. And then you go to your top view. Let's see if this works. All right. So I'm just gonna click right there. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's see if this helps. So I'm gonna draw a plane right here. Okay. I'm gonna rotate 3D. Select the object, and the order matters. So 1, 2, 3. Whoa. Okay, that's not what I wanted. One more. Rotate 3D. Select right here. Enter from there to there to there. Right. So then let's do no snap there. Well, it's kind of giving us time. Orient 3-point. It's not rotate 3D. It's orient 3-point. Now, like I said, it's been a lot, right? So then there's 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, that's not exactly how I was looking at this. One more time. All right. Okay, that's more like it. So it takes a little bit, and the idea is that that plane might help us, and then I can use that to maybe move this and line it over here, and then delete this over here, zoom select it, and again, it's just, well, in my opinion, really cool to take a look at some of these views right here. But let's say, maybe there. It's a couple of things, neat tricks or techniques, I guess, that we could maybe explore. For example, if I go right here to rendered, and it seems that there's still some sort of a hue. Well, okay. And then I'll just gonna do a capture file. Call this just in that orient. That. And I'm also going to make a 2D of this. Okay. Top view. Hopefully I didn't have my hidden lines on. I do. Okay, one more time. The hidden lines off. Okay. Top view. Put this out here. And then we can export. And this be the orient. So something that I can think of right here, maybe this place right here. Kind of thinking of layout and maybe design and board. And again, this perhaps might apply and work in the graphics course. I'm not sure in other cases, conditions, classes. But say that we want to bring in some titles right here. And we'll talk about titles and what they are, but I'll work with something right now. So we can do like a little detail right here where if I draw a box over this like this, and I select the box, hold shift and select the image and press Control 7, prop it like that, and it just becomes maybe like a little design right there, where then from we can bring in some text, and we can call this, for right now, aggregated volumes. Give this a large font. And we can do a left alignment and a text selection. So that right there. What if we were to do this? Is that? Oh, that's arrow. And again, do explore the fonts and see what you come up with. Say that we want to make super a copy of that, bring that right there, and this right here, aggregated volumes. So I'm splitting them. I'm using 2 different text boxes. Right, maybe this could be kind of like a design. And then there's this tool and the character. So I'm just showing you different techniques so that you can explore them. And I put right here this 200. And I can aggregate volumes. So this could be like a title, kind of like right there, aggregated volumes. Right. Or perhaps again, we can play more with text. There can even be like some hands over here. We can give this some sort of a opacity. We can bring it to the back. There, right? So there's tons of different options, right? And we can become a little more intentional. There's something right there, opportunistic, perhaps. Centers on that band. can have, you know, more information. Well, I'm actually going to copy this one right here. So I'm going to here. All right. So architectural graphics 2, and here I'll remove, well, for starters, make this way smaller. Actually, it might work. Like maybe, oof, okay, my bad. I didn't mean to delete the other one. Let me go ahead and copy this text right here. And do. Okay. And so, again, fun with this. Is there a way to make this thinner? I'd like to maybe make this thinner. Franklin, Gothic, and maybe go for, I think we're using heavy. Go for maybe like that. Or last, right? Last. Remember that we still have those lines. We can go to that location. Just show you guys one more thing. Hidden section, rec. Very similar. Oops, that's not the one. Orient, right? These are the lines. So I can select that, for example, copy it, bring it over here. Maybe I'll now play with this one over here, bring it, group it, give it a color. In this case, I'll copy maybe this one, paste it. Okay, so we have that. And again, we can do something very similar. All right, maybe it can be like that. And the same way that we use the clipping mask to trim those lines, we can do the same right here. So draw a box, hold shift, select the object to trim, press Ctrl 7, we crop it like that. I think those lines are a little bit too big, so I'm going to bring maybe like a 1 stroke right here. Because again, what we're doing, again, this works as a graphics class. I think it's fair, it's valid. But again, it may not be, you know, I mean, it might not be something that your instructors are looking for necessarily in other assignments. So, you know, anyway, but those are ways that, you know, you can enhance your drawings. You know, there's all sorts of possibilities on this. So, all right, well, provide more details as to what you know, I mean, the final drawing should look like for your particular section. But at least right now here you have some examples and exercises to work with. Okay. All right, class. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one.